Hello everyone, I was supposed to upload a Stalker Gamma video today, but unfortunately, as I'm sure you could tell, I got sick, so that video is being delayed until next week. For today, I figured I'd make a short video going over the most recent patch that has been applied to Tarkov Arena and regular Tarkov, and I wanted to discuss some of the implications it has for the August wipe. I won't be going over any of the other things that were discussed on Tarkov TV solely because what BSG says they're gonna do and what actually ends up happening are often not the same thing, so I prefer to wait for things to actually be fully implemented before I go over them in detail. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the channel sponsor GamerSupps. I'm currently drinking my new favorite flavor, and that is Meat Canyon's Raw Meat. It should also be noted that they just had a merch drop last Friday, June 7th, featuring some rather tactical designs that I'm sure a lot of people in this community will find quite pleasing. You can find all of this with the link below, and using code LaVivi will get you 10% off at checkout. Now, back to the patch notes. As far as this patch is concerned, on the whole, I quite like it. I like the idea behind it, and I like the direction that it is taking Tarkov in. That being said, I do have numerous concerns, mostly relating to balance and fairness for players who don't have Arena. The first topic is that of a unified level between your Arena and Tarkov PMCs. This of course means that whatever experience you earn in Arena will contribute to your level in regular Tarkov and vice versa. I think this is overall a good change. That being said, I am concerned that people with Arena will be able to rank up faster than people who don't have Arena. On average, you get around, let's say, 7,000 to 8,000 XP for each Arena match. Each match takes around 20 minutes to finish. With these incredibly rough numbers, you can hit level 15 in around 7 hours. That means you're able to unlock the flea market in regular Escape from Tarkov without ever playing a raid. That is for someone who just does okay in Arena, and it's not including all the potential XP you get from weeklies or dailies. In regular Tarkov, it takes me around 15 to 16 hours, I'd say, to unlock Flea Market, and I'd like to think that I'm above average in terms of skill level. Overall, it just kind of seems like players with Arena will have an advantage when it comes to leveling up, which of course means they will get access to high-tier traders much quicker. In order to make this fair for people who don't have Arena, I think that the amount of XP earned for each Arena match should be reduced. But I also think that the amount of XP required to unlock classes in Arena should be reduced by the same ratio. That way, Arena players don't have an obvious advantage, but they are still able to unlock classes without having to grind excessively like they did before. Next, I want to talk about the daily and weekly quests that were added to Arena. I think that this is overall an excellent addition, not only because it just adds more content to Arena, but also because it incentivizes people to play with different classes on different maps and in different game modes. The rewards for these dailies are quite good, and again, I believe there may be an issue with balance here. The rewards for daily quests are dependent on level. I must confess that I don't know what rewards look like for lower levels, so I'm going to be speaking mostly in relative terms here. But at my current level, which is level 46, the reward for a daily in Arena is anywhere from 40 to 60 GP coins, and a few 100,000 rubles. Let's just ignore the rubles here, since those are definitely going to be spent actually playing Arena, and let's focus more on the GP coins. The quote-unquote value of each GP coin is said to be 7,500 rubles. That's roughly 300 to 450,000 rubles for each daily you complete in Arena. Keep in mind, this is a currency that can only be spent in regular Tarkov as well, so that's basically 300 to 450,000 rubles in regular Tarkov. On the other hand, the Tarkov dailies that I have at level 46 tend to reward between 30 to 100,000 rubles. The issue is only magnified when it comes to weekly quests. From my current weekly quest in Tarkov, I can get 290,000 rubles and a few loose items, probably totaling to around 350k. From one weekly in Arena, I can get 256 GP coins, and if we choose to use the given value of GP coins, That is almost 2 million rubles from one weekly. So there's a pretty clear discrepancy here that I think needs to be rectified before the August wipe. None of these things would be an issue if everyone had access to Arena, however, that is simply not the case, so I think it should be taken into account that not everyone does. Of course, these are all kind of just rough numbers, considering that there is no direct conversion from GP coins to rubles. You are no longer able to sell GP coins to any of the traders. I don't even think you can sell them to Ref. I think you can only barter with them for his trades, and his trades are quite good. So much so that is once again another point of concern for me for this patch. Again, I think the core idea here is excellent. Having a trader who deals exclusively in an item that you mostly are going to get from Arena is definitely going to incentivize people to play Arena. That being said, the implementation and the balance here is questionable. Overall, Ref's prices seem a little too good, especially relative to the amount of GP coins you can receive from daily quests. For example, a key tool at loyalty level 1 is 65 GP coins from Ref. A med's case at loyalty level 2 is 60 GP coins. At my level, one Arena daily can buy this. That is a problem, because if you don't have Arena, you are dropping half a mil for either of those items. Now, I'm sure a lot of these key tools will be sold on the flea market now that the found in raid restriction has been removed, which that will likely drive down the overall price, making it a little more fair, but for items like the meds case, which cannot be sold on the flea market, it remains a problem. Again, I'm not sure what the quest rewards look like for lower levels in Arena. If it's like 20 GP coins, then that's far more reasonable. That being said, the biggest issue I have with Ref still remains, and that is the ammo he sells. Ref sells top tier ammo for dirt cheap. 20 rounds of 7.62 BP for 4 GP coins. 20 rounds of SP6 for, again, 4 GP coins. If you don't have Arena, 7.62 BP is a craft only, unless you're able to find it, which is very rare. SP6 is unlocked after capturing Outpost, which is a very late and very annoying quest to try to accomplish. On the other hand, if you have Arena, you complete one daily, and then you have 300 rounds of meta ammo that you're able to use to terrorize other players with. In my opinion, if something is being sold through Ref, it needs to be available in a somewhat equivalent trade without GP coins from other traders. For example, M80 is sold by Ref at 20 rounds for 2 GP coins. Sure, the price is advantageous, but at the bare minimum, you can still get M80 relatively easily just by buying it from Peacekeeper. You don't need Arena to have consistent access to it. Now, there are some arguments that can be made. Leveling Ref seems like it's going to be a very arduous and tedious process that I don't really look forward to, and the dailies in Arena can be fairly asinine to complete. Some of them look really difficult. That being said, they still give consistent access to high-tier ammo almost exclusively to Arena players. That just doesn't seem right. If they want to reintroduce meta ammo like BP, they should put it back onto traders or the flea market. There needs to be a way for everyone to have consistent access to it, or it shouldn't be available through Ref. In summary, from a core idea standpoint, from a foundational standpoint, I think that this most recent patch is actually quite good. That being said, they need to tweak the numbers and the trades. Based on what I'm seeing, people who own Arena will have an advantage when it comes to progression and access to certain things. I don't think this should be the case. I have Arena. I am absolutely going to take advantage of this if it's not patched out. That being said, it's not fair to people who only own the base game of Tarkov. The good news is, it seems like it can be fixed with some very minor adjustments. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot of effort on BSG's behalf to remedy these issues. Pretty much just either remove the high tier ammo trades from Ref or add BP to mechanic again or something like that. And then as far as XP goes, like I said, they could just reduce the amount of XP you get from each arena match, but also reduce the amount of XP required to unlock arena classes. That way the progression issue is fixed without making it so you have to grind incessantly in order to unlock new stuff in Arena. It doesn't seem like it's going to take much. Hopefully BSG can get this resolved before August rolls around. Otherwise, from a fairness perspective, I think there's going to be a few problems. And that's my 2 cents on the most recent patch. Don't worry, this isn't going to become a super common thing. I'm not turning into a Tarkov news channel. We'll be back to our regular style next week with a Stalker Gamma video, and boy, do I have some choice words for that game. Otherwise, just thank you so much for watching, especially all the way to the end. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the patch, if you agree, disagree. Other than that, have a good one.